My week 1 picks were okay. 10-6, the opening week of the season, when we really don't know what to expect. I'll take that. I didn't think that was bad. I thought I would do better in week 2. Hey, even with the Bills losing on Thursday night, the early afternoon games kicked off on Sunday, and by the end of them, I was looking really good. The only pick that I had during that early afternoon schedule that didn't come through for me was Detroit over Tennessee, and that was, a 1-point game. So there I am. I'm sitting at 7-2, and I'm like, okay, this might be a good week. I might look like a genius, or at least somewhat intelligent. Then the rest of the week of week 2 happened, and the afternoon games came, and that was ugly. The only remaining game I got right was Arizona. Oh my God. So I finished last week 8-8. I'm 18-14 on the season through 2 weeks. Good God, week 3 has to be better. And at least I can say week 3 has started off better since I did pick the Patriots to beat the Texans. For the first time this year with the Thursday night game, I picked it right. I'm 1-0. Yeehaw! Hopefully that means a harbinger of good things to come for this week, but we'll see. So let's talk about our picks. Again, you're welcome to leave your picks in the comments section and talk about them. You could shit on me for last week's 8-8 performance. Go piss off. All right, so what do we got? Let's talk about the early Sunday afternoon games. I would expect the Arizona Cardinals to go into Buffalo and be able to steamroll the mess that is the Rex Ryan-led Buffalo Bills. With that said, there is no logic for it, so I'll feel really dumb if the Bills end up winning this game because, again, it makes no real sense that they would. They probably will because I'm picking the Cardinals. That's how life fucking goes. But if the Bills start off 0-3, the calls for Rex Ryan's head are not going to be far off. One of the marquee earlier matchups on Sunday is going to be Cincinnati taking on the Broncos. The Broncos at 2-0. Their defense is legit. I have some concerns about Simeon, whether or not they can actually get some big plays out of the offense. But at the same token, he's not any worse than Peyton Manning was last year. And that defense is probably about as good as it was last year. This is still a contending team. The Bengals are coming off of a tough home loss last week to the Steelers. So they're looking for a chance to rebound here. This is a team that they, in theory, match up somewhat well against. They have the better quarterback. I think they're the more balanced team. Not necessarily saying the better team, but on this day, I will take the Bengals to beat the Broncos. I will take the Packers to beat the Lions, even though I don't feel incredibly confident about that pick. I don't know if it's just a matter of the lack of explosiveness from the weapons outside in the Green Bay passing game or the mediocrity of the offensive line in front of him, or if it's Aaron Rodgers starting to lose a little bit of his game. I guess we'll find out more about him in the coming weeks, but I'd expect him to rebound at least a little bit against Detroit in week 3. I've got the Raiders over the Titans. I think that should be a fun game. I've got the Dolphins getting their first win of the year over Cody Kessler and the Cleveland Browns. NFC East matchup, I'll take the 2-0 Giants to beat the 0-2 Redskins. I'll take Carolina to beat the Vikings. I'll take Jacksonville to get their first win of the year and beat the Ravens. The afternoon games, I'd expect Seattle to be able to score maybe 2 touchdowns in this game. Now, hats off to Chip Kelly and the 49ers. They shut out the Rams in week 1, the same Rams who held the Seahawks to 3 points in week 2, and were surprisingly competitive against the Panthers last week. I mean, they had it a game late. Hats off to them. They're playing hard. They're playing above themselves. There's familiarity there, so this could potentially be a close game between these two teams. But the Seahawks are still a superiorly talented team, and I just don't know how, unless it's garbage time, the 49ers are going to be able to score a touchdown against that Seahawks defense. I'll take the Seahawks. A surprise pick for me in a way is going to be the Rams over the Buccaneers in Tampa. A couple of things at play here. Jeff Fisher in his career is 8-1 against Tampa. The Buccaneers have lost their last 3 home openers. The Rams are coming off of a victory against the Seahawks where they held them to a field goal. Jameis Winston's coming off of a 4-interception performance against Arizona last week. Sometimes we just got to pick the occasional oddball. I'll take the Rams over the Buccaneers. I'll take the Colts over the Chargers. If for no other reason, I've picked them the first 2 weeks of the season and they've lost. So at some point in time, they got to fucking win one. And I would expect it to be this week. I would think at some point in time, the injuries that the Chargers are dealing with are going to start to take a toll. You would think. You would think. But then you've got the Colts and the problems in their secondary, problems with the health of Andrew Luck, But I will take the Colts here. I'll take the Chiefs over the Jets. I will take the Steelers over the Eagles. Carson Wentz has been awesome his first two starts. Granted, it was against the Browns and the Bears, so what does that really mean? With that said, he's facing one of the three contenders right now, it looks like, in the AFC. You've got the New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, and then I think the third team is the Pittsburgh Steelers, the way it looks at this particular moment. So they really shouldn't be a match. However, this is the type of trouble game for the Steelers because this is the type of game that they always seem to screw the pooch on. These are the type of teams that they should beat that they find a way to lose to. So I'll still take the Steelers. They're the superior team, and they should be able to win here. Sunday night, I'm picking the fucking Bears. I'll take Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I'm sure the Bears will find a way to make Ezekiel Elliott look like a god on Sunday night and make Dak Prescott look like he should be the long-term answer for the Dallas Cowboys. Jay Cutler may play, may not, and I'm not sure if Brian Hoyer is a better option or not, and I'm not sure that says anything any fucking ways because it's Brian Hoyer and he stinks too. The Monday night game, I will take the Falcons over the Saints. This could be another close game, a high-scoring game where the Falcons figure out a way to win it and the Saints ultimately figure out a way to lose it. I would hope with these picks this week, I could at least get 11 of them, maybe 12 of them right. I'd take 10 at this point in time. I can't do 8 and 8 again. That's terrible. Watch me come back next Friday and be talking about week 3 and be like, man, it was a rough week. I got my ass kicked. I went 5 and 11. What the fuck? What the fuck?